right, let me go ahead and get it settled right here. Want to go ahead and talk about a couple of things, put my 2 cents in. Haven't done a video on the live feed for you guys in a while, so I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about stuff that's going on in the world. Real crazy these days. Well, today is Tuesday. The Super Bowl passed a couple of days ago. I didn't watch it. I know that you had some folks out there that was watching and supporting, and I'm standing with Colin Kaepernick. Gladys Knight, she decided that her checkbook was more important than the youth that was out here. And the same thing with CeeLo Green when he went out and he said, F-U-C-K, I'm trying to curse, but F-U-C-K, all of the folks who are protesting. And it comes to show that a lot of these black entertainers, they are not leaders of our community. They don't speak for us. They are sellouts. They're bought and paid for house Negroes. And this has always been the case of them. It's very indicative every time you see them because they'd rather get a check than stand up for the rest of black society when they have the opportunity to do so and to stand with us. So they made their choices. The latest thing that I saw, I set up and I saw Liam Neeson. He apparently has shown the world that of his inner white supremacists, and I kind of wonder, is the media going to go and attack him and force him to apologize and try to get him to go on an apology tour for disrespecting black folks the way that they did to Kevin Hart for a tweet he made 10 years ago? Because Liam Neeson basically came out and he set up and he told everyone that because his friend was allegedly raped by a black man, he went out actually looking to harm black people who didn't do anything to him or to his friend. And he said that is human nature. I've never had the urge to go out and harm a whole group of people because one person actually did something to me. Maybe that person who did something to me, but not a whole entire group. That's just you. That's just you, Liam. I mean, you know, apparently this man, he has shown he's got some psychopathic tendencies. Apparently he thinks that he's the characters he portrays in all of his motion pictures that are out there. You are not that man that's in Taken. You are not that man that's in Taken. All right? You definitely aren't. And with that kind of attitude, if you ran across myself or you ran across somebody else, you know, we would definitely give you that business. I'm not threatening you, but I'm definitely calling you out about what you're saying. And you want to run around and you want to start attacking black men just because somebody attacked your friend? If she was attacked by a black man, that's very unfortunate. And I hope that that she gets justice for that. But for you to sit up and start targeting black people, and you want to target black people because of what happened, is completely unacceptable. But this is the era that we live in today. I said a long time ago that during the era of Trump, we're going to find out what people out there, black, white, and other, truly believe in white supremacy. And Liam Neeson, he actually failed the test. So he failed the test. But I'm not mad. I'm not surprised. I'm just glad that I now know what I'm dealing with. So that's the deal about what's going on. Anyway, the movie industry right now is in a very interesting place. The Academy Awards are about to happen in a couple of weeks. My man Spike Lee was actually nominated for Best Picture and Best Director for Black Klansman. I think if there's somebody who is deserving of that, he's definitely deserving of that. And I'm glad that he's finally getting the recognition that he so deserves. I don't think, and I've said this before, that Black Klansman is his best work. I think that Spike has done better movies. I think Malcolm X was better. I think Do the Right Thing was better. I think School Days was actually a better film. But the Academy never gives people awards for stuff that they deserve anyway. I mean, Pacino didn't win Academy Award for The Godfather or for Dog Day Afternoon. He won it for Scent of a Woman. Hoorah. And was that his best work? It wasn't. But, you know, he seems to be playing the same type of character for the last 20, 25 years, where he's yelling and screaming and going off on people, like my man Reggie said one time, when he's up in heat. Give me all you got! Give me all you got! She's got a great ass! And your head is all the way up it! Pacino. I love Al Pacino. No, there's no disrespect to Al Pacino. I think that he's, you know, in terms of icons, he's definitely an icon when it comes to acting, especially of that era. But the truth is, he's been playing the same character for a very long time, you know. But he's paid his due, so he deserved that Academy Award. I think that Spike deserves this one. You know, it's long overdue. Long overdue. But one thing I would like to say about the industry in terms of what I'm seeing, I would like to see some films that are out there that are actually empowering black folks, empowering African Americans, and empowering other black folks of African descent that are out there. They're not pushing the same old narrative. Barry Jenkins' story that's based on the James Baldwin novel. I know I was with some group of friends and I was asked, and I'll cover this a little bit more probably in another video. I was asked what I thought about it, and I gave my honest opinion about it. I didn't think it was a bad film. I thought it was actually very well done. I thought it was very well directed. But I had a problem with the fact that this character, as they always want to trot us out, was in jail. He was accused of raping, you know, a Puerto Rican woman. Whether he did it or not is irrelevant, but the fact that he's in jail for what he did, and he's having a baby out of wedlock. Him and his girlfriend are not married. They're having children, and the only place that she can actually take her child to see his father is through a jail cell. And I watched this and I said, this story's been told many times over and over and over again. How is this any different than Menace to Society? That was made 20 years ago. I would like to see, you know, some movies where they showing us as black folks having strong, functional families, where we're married and we're having kids, and we're doing what a family should do, which is first you get married, because a family starts with a husband and a wife, not with a baby's mother or a baby's father, but with a husband and a wife. And then after that, you start having kids. I would like to see that. And these young people first building themselves up economically, and then actually after that going ahead and build themselves a family. I would like to see that story in Hollywood. I like to see that story. But not the same old dysfunctional retread that's being repackaged. I mean, and that's what I saw with this particular film, you know, the house on, you know, on Bill Street, or whatever it was called. So, and there's no disrespect to Barry Jenkins. I think that Barry Jenkins does some good work, but that was my biggest criticism about it, was the fact that it's typical display of black dysfunction, and that was a problem that I had about the particular film. So I wouldn't have made it that way, but others did. So, but that's what I want to talk about a little bit. I mean, that's the topic of today, is that, and I will be watching the Academy Awards, and I'll see exactly what's going on. Oh, one other thing too, is that there's been a lot of backlash about the Black Panther being nominated for Best Picture. The writer, I can't remember the guy's name, but he actually, I put him same category with Liam Neeson. He's gone full white supremacist, and he's talked about the fact that he doesn't think this movie should be nominated for Academy Award. It should be put out for Best Picture. It wasn't that great, wasn't that good. And I have a question for him. You know, does he have this same type of criticism, let's say, for Raiders of the Lost Ark? Because when Steven Spielberg came out with that film in 1982, and when it went to the Academy Awards in 83, it was up for Best Picture. Look it up. Look it up. I know he wasn't making movies back then, but I find it very interesting that tentpole movie can be named for Best Picture, and no one white has anything to say. But when it comes to Black Panther getting that same type of acclaim, all of a sudden people are up in arms. They hate this film. And the guy that did it, he was actually the writer of American Psycho, is what he was. And he actually said a similar thing about Captain Bigelow years ago about the Hurt Locker. I mean, this guy, he's obviously a hater. He's a suspected white supremacist. I don't know if he's a full white supremacist, but he's definitely a suspected white supremacist. And this shows a lot of the mentality of a lot of these fools up in Hollywood. But I say, and I wasn't all that crazy about the movie Black Panther. I mean, there were some problems I had with it, but I do like the fact that individuals like him are taking that L, and they don't like the L they're taking, and they're butthurt about it. And I say, let them stay butthurt. Let the butthurtness continue. Be butthurt until after the Oscars are over, and until the end of your life. That movie made over $1 billion. It was a cultural phenomenon, and it had actual synergy all over the world. So take that L. Take that L. Take the L. Brian Coolin, you are doing great work, my brother, and I appreciate that. So anyway, let me get up out of here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and people who are out there. This is Rashad from Keeper Productions. I'm going to talk about some other things involving the industry very, very soon. God bless to all of you. Ashe and Liam Neeson, if you ever want to get that work, well, you can figure out the rest. All right, take care. Later.